be the bullet, scratching on the microphone.
This beautiful music you're listening to right now is the uptempo song Scratching on the Microphone by Soulblast and Manifest Destiny. Very cool. However, I have a sneaking suspicion that the sounds made in this song are not actually created by scratching on the microphone, because that would sound bad. Maybe, probably, I don't know. But if you think about it, professional producers don't produce music to sound bad, so it makes sense. I, on the other hand, am not a professional, nor am I a producer, nor do I know how to actually produce music. So let's make an uptempo kick edit of scratching on the microphone by actually scratching on the microphone. By the way, I know this song is made from a vocal sample, but hey, it'll still be fun, I hope. Alright, here we have the microphone I am using right now, and we got these various apparatus being fork, fire Bakugan, finger, Ferrari, and Fred. So, let's get scratching. But wait, what is an uptempo kick edit? What is uptempo? Well, uptempo is a subgenre of hard techno which evolved from playing hard or gabber tracks at a faster tempo, or at uptempo. Wow, same name, what a coincidence. The kicks in hard music usually contain a talk, a crunch, and a tail. But for uptempo, the crunch is optional. Actually, the talk is also optional. An uptempo kick could be just a loud noise with rhythmic movement and bass. Actually, movement is also optional. So if you think about it, any and everything loud that has bass can become an uptempo kick. Let me prove it to you. Now that I'm done with spreading the word about uptempo, let's get back to scratching. There are 4 kicks in the original song, and it is in G sharp minor, so if we do the maths, we can find out that if we loop any recording of the audio really quickly, as in 48.9 times a second, we can get the correct bass frequency. So for my first kick, I wanted to use the sound of the detonation of the Bakugan as a really small attack, and the fork scratch as the main part of the kick, as it has a lot of transients. This is what it sounds like if I loop the fork scratch 48.9 times a second. After minimal processing, here's the first kick. There are 2 versions of it, one having more movement and one having less. For the second kick, I want a tonal kick that has the 5th feel to it, so I can keep the fundamental at G and then add a 5th, D sharp, to it through constructive synthesis? Sound design? I'm not sure, but I chose this fork scratch and this Bakugan scratch to take turns peeking out a distortion unit. I also want to use the impact sound of me striking the Among Us as a tiny talk to better define the kick. So here it is without the effects. And here it is with, oh boy, minimal processing. For the third kick, I want to make another tonal kick that repeatedly peaks the distortion unit like a previous kick. So I use the sound made by placing the Bakugan magnet onto the mic, and the sound it makes when scratching on the microphone. I also want to use the sound made when I do a burnout with the car on the microphone, because it sounds interesting. Here is what the kick sounds like without processing. However, for this kick, I ran into a small problem, as all 3 of these sounds don't really have a bass frequency that is needed. This problem could be solved by removing every other sound that is looping, so the sound could go down by an octave, and magically you'll have bass frequencies. After this, I added a tiny bit more of a lot of minimal processing, so this is what a kick sounds like. For the last kick, I decided to duplicate the second kick and slightly alter it, as I want there to be some consistency between the kicks. So all I did was to change the envelope a tiny bit and cut out the second harmonic even more, such that the tail sounds more crunchy. I like how this supposedly silly video is becoming more and more technical. Speaking of technical, it is time to make a screech to put over the kicks. Since the kicks are already so loud and take up such a large range in the frequency spectrum, I want something simple yet wide to be placed in the background. So I put this Among Us scratch sample into the serum noise oscillator and know it is not cheating, and apply some modulation, filtering, and distortion, and here it is. Now all there is to do is to arrange and mix the kicks a bit, and then cue the final product.
I be the bullet, scratching on the microphone. Scratching on the microphone. On the microphone. Be the bullet, scratching on the microphone. Everybody feel it come around with the rhythm, it's the sound. Everybody get down when we give it to you. Everybody feel it come around with the rhythm, it's the sound. Everybody get down when we give it to you. I be the bullet, scratching on the microphone. Scratching on the microphone. On the microphone.
Did you know that you could actually edit videos with Ableton Live? Neither do I. So, does actually scratching on the microphone sound good as uptempo? I don't know. I like the original a lot, but what do you think? Maybe it could have sounded better if I did not have skill issue. Anyways, this may be another most unimpressive video you have ever seen on this platform, but I had a lot of fun making this, so if you happen to also have fun watching this video and would like to see more, maybe you can tag along. Otherwise, yeah, I guess that's the video. Thank you for stopping by and enjoy your next 24 hours.